Right, go up.
What?
You're supposed to be making a video today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, yeah, video. Video. You know what? I'm actually not happy with how we're set up here. Sorry to be annoying, but I'm gonna change things really quick. Just give me a second. Okay. I'm hoping that's a lot better now. And now I get to use my new lens. So I came outside to film because it's a really nice day out. Probably really can't tell here because I'm in the shade because it's really hot. Just thought I'd talk a little bit about traveling, because from what I can tell, there are two points of view when it comes to traveling and going on holiday. One kind of people who are classed, I think, as holiday goers, as in they'll go to like a nice hotel that has resorts around, they'll see the local landmarks and stuff, and that'll be it. They'll maybe go for a week, and then when that week's up, they'll come home. And then people who go traveling, I don't want to say travelers because that could be taken the wrong way, they maybe go through Europe, just that's their trip. Start at one point, go through whatever towns and end up in another, and then go home. And it might take it could take a week, or it could take a couple of months or something. There's pros and cons to both sides if you go on holiday. You know you're gonna have a nice bed, you'll have somewhere to go to if you get stressed over stuff. You'll know what area you're going to be in. The bad parts of going on holiday would be you're on a fairly strict schedule. You're kind of stuck in this one spot. Then with traveling, I think you're really kind of starting wherever you want, and you go on kind of more of an adventure, and you really don't know what's going to happen, and that's kind of exciting. And your schedule is a lot more flexible because you could go to one place for a couple of days, then move on if you get bored, or you could just stay somewhere and leave whenever you decide to leave, or whenever you run out of money. There's another two kind of people whenever I talk about traveling or going on holiday, and they're the go alone or go with a group. I would call myself a going alone type person. Maybe it's just because I don't have a lot of experience traveling with other people, but in my experience, traveling on my own has been really beneficial and really enjoyable, whereas a lot of other people would never go anywhere on their own. It's not like they're afraid to, but their preference would be to get a bunch of mates and go somewhere. There's pros and cons to both of those arguments as well. I mean, if you're traveling on your own, you are kind of left a bit more vulnerable than if you're traveling with a group, especially to say, worst case scenario, mugging or getting robbed or something. I'm really beginning to regret filming under this tree. Beginning to believe there is a wasp's nest in it, because they are flying everywhere. So, here's hoping I survive to the end of the video. If you travel in a group, straight away that's going to put off muggers or thieves or whatever. When it comes down to it, there is safety in numbers. One of the good things about traveling on your own would be you're kind of in charge of your own schedule. If you don't want to go somewhere, you don't have to go there. If you want to take your time somewhere else, you can take your time. You don't have people saying, I want to go here next, or can we leave now, or anything like that. And for me, that's kind of a major point for traveling alone. I can just do what I want on my own time. I don't want to argue between I want to go paintballing versus I want to go to an art gallery. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with either of those things, but like I said, I want to do both of them on my own time. And you might just not like people. You might not even like being in a group. I have to say, no matter what kind of pros and cons I come up with, if you're the kind of person who just doesn't like people or doesn't like being in groups, you will find absolutely no problem traveling on your own. I don't even really have to say that, I just thought I'd throw it in there. I have to say, I wish I had a hammock instead of a bed. I don't think you can get anything that's more comfortable than a hammock. Yeah, no, nothing springs to mind. It's like a swing mixed with a bed. How can you get better than that? I really like traveling on my own, but I do really like socializing and being around my friends. So I'm kind of on equal footing when it comes to traveling like that. But the one defining thing that I think that pushes traveling on my own just a little bit higher than traveling with a group, and I know it might sound kind of cheesy or something, but it is really true. If you travel on your own, you are going to discover things about yourself that you probably didn't know. If you're traveling alone, you don't have to worry about the expectations of the people around you, and you can really recreate yourself. You can really try to be the person you want to be, not the person that people expect you to be. You haven't got these preconceived expectations. That's kind of a lot of really deep stuff that I don't think I'll really go into. All of this has been just purely my opinion. I could be way off on all kinds of facts, I'd really like to hear your opinions on what I've talked about today down in the comments. Do you like traveling alone, or are you one of these people that likes traveling with a group? Why don't you want to travel alone, or why don't you want to travel in a group? This is all the kind of stuff I really want to hear about. So I'd love to chat about it with you guys in the comments. If you've liked this video, you can always, thumbs up. If this is the first video of mine you've seen, if you hit the subscribe button, then it'll let you know when I've uploaded more videos. If there's anything you want me to talk about, you can ask me in the comments. You can send me a message over Twitter. That'll be down the bottom here. But basically, yeah, I'd love if you guys asked me questions or told me about your experiences. That's about all I've got for now, so thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.